is coming up on your pod?
Well, so we've done Aaron Rodgers batted leadoff.
Yes, indeed.
Then we had Tyrann Mathieu, then Paul Rudd, and now Kirk Cousins. And now we're into kind of parts unknown, Rich. You understand this. I've told you this for years. Mm-hmm. I think you still have one of, if not the best book shows in the industry. Every time I'm invited to come on, I'm like, what, did Daniel Day-Lewis pull out or something like that? Did a spot open up? So you get the deal here.
Right.
And now we have an episode due next Wednesday, and we have none recorded and nobody booked.
OMG.
So I'm out there casting the nets and chumming the waters.
Okay. So if you booked the starting quarterback for the Chicago Bears week 1, who would that be?
I think it's going to be Mitch.
Of course it is. Come on, you and I both know it is. Come on.
Here's why it might not be. I got a thought on this, Rich, and hear me out. And this gets into the psyche of Bears fans and also of Matt Nagy. The question, there's two questions. One, who's going to start, of course. But then the big question as they get prepared to play Detroit week 1, how long is the leash here? When does the shepherd's hook come out? I mean, we've seen guys start week 1 and be benched at halftime. If Mitch Trubisky starts, and let's say they lose to Detroit, let's say he doesn't play great, is there already a fervor in Chicago? Because this is no ordinary backup quarterback. This is the guy with the statue who makes miracles when he comes off the bench. I think if Foles wins the job, I don't think there's a clamoring for Mitch, even if Foles struggles. The Bears fans have seen Mitch. They know what he is and what he isn't. But if Mitch wins it, there's a very small margin of error before the put-in-the statue guy off the sideline comes in. That question is going to be just as important as who starts.
But if we're talking, and we are obviously talking about, if we're talking about what's easiest to start with and then not go, and then what's most difficult to pull the plug on, obviously it's more difficult to pull the plug on Mitchell than it is on Foles. And it's much easier to start Foles in regards to, okay, this is a guy who won the Super Bowl, and we're going to try and win football game. We're going with a guy who gives us the best chance to win. But if it's most difficult to pull the plug on Trubisky, you can't do it prior to week 1. You just flat out can't. I think that the Bears still, deep down, whether it's Ryan Pace, I don't know if it's Nagy anymore, but it's Ryan Pace or it's, the ghost of Papa Bear. I don't know what it is, but they are just still hoping against hope that Mitchell Trubisky, the guy that took such a major leap forward in the year that Nagy won Coach of the Year for it, they're hoping that guy's still there. And that they cannot say, let's just go with Nick Foles right here. I don't think that's the case, Kyle. That's where I'm going.
It could be Pace. It could be George Halas. But the case for Foles here to win the job is Nagy saying, screw it. I'm done. I did not draft Mitch Trubisky. I was in the Chiefs room when they took Mahomes, when they took Trubisky. Trubisky is, I married into this one. This is my stepchild. I love him, but I am not Mitch Trubisky's father. This is not the guy I drafted, and I'm not messing around this year. I'm not doing 8-8. I'm not doing 9-7. I brought Foles here because I got a history with him, and I'm done with Mitch. If he says that, I could understand it. And he said, I don't care who they drafted. I wasn't here when it happened. I'm going with my guy. That's Foles' shot. And I think it would make sense for Nagy.